Hate to break it to you, but cutting out carbs and sugar is not what allowed her to lose this much weight. See, when you're overweight, most of that weight gain most likely came from foods that are very carb heavy, like chips, bread, snacks, sugar. So when you suddenly cut all those foods out, obviously the scale drops. And it's not because the carbs were making you fat, it's because cutting out those carbs cuts out a giant chunk of what your daily total calories used to be. And that's why carnivore works for a lot of people at first, because you go from eating super calorie dense foods to only meat. So you're left with very limited food choices. And that's also the reason so many people can't stick to the carnivore diet and end up gaining the weight back, because you have very limited food choices. Not to mention, you're also heavily under consuming on fiber, which is one of the main things that keeps you full and prevents colon cancer. So yes, cutting out carbs can work for fat loss, especially if your diet was super carb heavy before, but it's one of those situations where it's like, why suffer if you don't have to? Because you don't have to cut out carbs to lose weight.